In this video, we're going to be diving deep into 18 must-have prepper items that you probably haven't even thought of yet. These are the kind of things that can make all the difference when the SHTF, whether it's a natural disaster, a grid-down situation, or anything in between, being prepared can give you a serious edge. We're talking about peace of mind, knowing you and your loved ones are ready for whatever comes your way. Let's kick things off with an item you might not think of as a prepping essential, but trust me, it is. Glue. Why is glue so important? Well, think about it. In a grid-down situation, you might need to repair a shelter, fix a broken tool, or even patch up a wound. That's where a good glue comes in. Now, there are a lot of different types of glue out there, so you gotta choose the right one for the job. Super glue, epoxy, construction adhesive, each one has its strengths. Do your research and stock up on a variety. Remember, a little dab of glue can go a long way in a pinch. It's a simple item with a ton of uses, so don't underestimate its importance in your prepping kit. Now, let's talk about food security. When the grocery stores are empty, you're gonna need a reliable source of sustenance, and that's where heirloom seeds come in. These aren't your average garden variety seeds, these are the real deal. Heirloom seeds come from open-pollinated plants, meaning they reproduce true to type. You collect the seeds from this year's harvest and you can plant them next year. It's sustainable, self-sufficient gardening at its finest. But here's the kicker. Heirloom varieties are often more nutritious and flavorful than their commercially produced counterparts. Plus, they've stood the test of time, proving their resilience and adaptability. Store your heirloom seeds properly in a cool, dark, and dry place and they'll last for years. Trust me, when it comes to long-term food security, heirloom seeds are a prepper's best friend. Next, something that's absolutely crucial in a grid-down situation: cold, hard cash. You see, when the power goes out, those debit and credit card machines, yeah, they become about as useful as a chocolate teapot. Imagine walking into your local grocery store ready to stock up on essentials, only to find out that the payment system is down. No power, no internet, no way to process those fancy plastic cards. That's where having a good stash of cash comes in handy. Now, I'm not saying you should go withdraw your entire life savings and store it under your mattress, but having a reasonable amount of cash in smaller denominations, think 5s, 10s, and 20s, can make all the difference in an emergency. Remember folks, cash is king when the chips are down. It's a universal form of payment, it doesn't rely on technology, and it can be a lifesaver in a pinch. So do yourself a favor and make sure you've got some cash tucked away for a rainy day. Next, winter safety. There's nothing worse than taking a tumble on a patch of ice. Meet your new best friend for winter walkways. Ice cleats. Ice cleats provide extra grip and traction. Conquer even the slickest surfaces. Stay upright and injury-free this winter. Invest in ice cleats for peace of mind. Let's talk about those pesky little vampires, mosquitoes. These buzzing bloodsuckers can ruin a peaceful evening. And they carry diseases. Every prepper needs a good mosquito net. It's your first line of defense. Enjoy the outdoors without becoming a walking buffet. Invest in a good mosquito net and enjoy the fresh air. Next up, sacks. Sacks are incredibly versatile and essential for any prepper. In a pinch, you can use them to carry supplies, organize your gear, even filter water if you've got a bad case of gotta have clean water. We're talking serious MacGyver level stuff here. I always keep a variety of sizes in my kit. Burlap sacks, flour sacks, you name it. The beauty of sacks is their versatility. They're lightweight, durable, and reusable. Plus, they fold down nice and compact so they don't take up much space in your bug-out bag. Trust me, you'll be glad you have a few on hand when the unexpected hits. Now let's talk about a little something I like to call my prepper's secret weapon: zip ties. I'm telling you, these things are worth their weight in gold when it comes to prepping. Seriously, you can use them for just about anything: securing gear to your pack, making quick repairs around the homestead, even setting up a makeshift shelter. Keep a good supply in different sizes and colors in your bug-out bag, your car kit, and your toolbox. You never know when they might come in handy. Now, some of you city folk might think a clothesline is just for grandma's house, but let me tell you, it's an essential piece of prepper gear. Sure, you can use it to dry clothes after a good hand-washing session, because who knows when that electric dryer will be useless, right? But it's so much more than that. We're talking shelter building, hanging food out of reach of critters, even as a signaling device. And don't forget about clothespins. They're not just for holding your socks on the line. Use them to seal bags, hang small items, or even as makeshift clothespins. The key here is versatility. A clothesline and clothespins are lightweight, compact, and easy to pack, making them a no-brainer for your prepper stash. Remember, it's all about being resourceful and using what you have on hand. Next, a unique item you might not think to include in your preps. A fishing net, or as I like to call it, a survival net. This is about putting food on the table when times get tough. Think about it. In a grid-down scenario, your access to grocery stores and your usual food sources might be gone. That's when having a way to catch protein becomes crucial. A sturdy net can be used to catch fish, trap small animals, and gather edible insects. Remember, procuring food in a survival situation is all about being resourceful and adaptable. A fishing net might seem unconventional, but it's lightweight, easy to use, and can be a real lifesaver. Plus, teaching yourself and your family these skills now could be invaluable down the road. So, don't underestimate the humble fishing net. It's a versatile tool that can help you put food on the table when other options are scarce. Here is another must-have prepper item you might not have considered: extra shoelaces. A good, strong shoelace is more versatile than you might think. Obviously, they're essential for keeping your boots on your feet, and good footwear is crucial in a SHTF situation. But beyond that, a shoelace can be used for everything from securing gear to your pack to creating a makeshift shelter. Think about it. A shoelace is basically a strong, durable cord. You can use it to hang things up, tie things together, even use it as a fire starter if you need to. Having a variety of lengths and thicknesses in your preps is always a good idea. So don't underestimate the humble shoelace. It might just be the most versatile item in your bug-out bag. Next, writing supplies. You might think pens, pencils, and paper are no-brainers, but in a grid-down situation, they become absolutely crucial for communication and record-keeping. Imagine needing to leave a message for someone in your group, keeping track of your supplies, or even just jotting down vital information. Without reliable writing tools, these tasks become near impossible. Plus, having a way to document your experiences can be incredibly valuable for future reference. Now, I'm not talking about stocking up on fancy fountain pens here. We're talking practical, durable writing implements that can withstand the elements. Weatherproof notebooks are a great option, and don't forget pencils. They don't rely on ink and can write on damp surfaces. Remember, folks, communication and organization are key in any emergency. So, make sure you've got a good supply of writing materials tucked away in your preps. They might not seem like much, but they could be the difference between chaos and staying informed. Sewing supplies are a must-have. Needles, thread, and patches. Knowing basic stitches can be a lifesaver. It's not as hard as you think. A few basic stitches are all you need. You'll be surprised how handy it is, and how satisfying it feels to fix something yourself. Stock up on sewing supplies, folks, you won't regret it. Alright preppers, let's talk about safety for a minute. When the grid goes down, things can get pretty heated, literally. A good pair of heat-resistant gloves is a must-have. Not flimsy oven mitts, but heavy-duty fire-resistant gloves. They protect your hands from burns. You'll be dealing with open flames and hot coals. The last thing you want is a nasty burn. Safety always comes first. Invest in high-quality, heat-resistant gloves. Your hands will thank you. Crayons might seem like kid stuff, but they're surprisingly useful for prepping. They're great for marking and labeling, even on wet surfaces. Plus, they can be used as makeshift candles in emergencies. And they're perfect for keeping spirits up with drawing and games. So don't underestimate the humble crayon. Even if you live in a moderate climate, a power outage in the middle of winter can turn your home into an icebox. That's why extra blankets and sheets are a must-have. Consider investing in some good quality wool blankets. Wool is naturally moisture-wicking and can keep you warm even when damp. Plus, it's durable and will last you for years. And don't forget about those emergency blankets. Those foil sheets are lightweight, compact, and can reflect your body heat back to you, making a huge difference in a survival situation. Let's face it, folks, fires happen. Whether it's a kitchen mishap, a faulty appliance, or a wildfire approaching your property, being prepared can mean the difference between a minor inconvenience and a full-blown disaster. That's why having a fire extinguisher readily available is non-negotiable. You want one that can handle grease fires, electrical fires, and even those sparked by flammable materials. Make sure you know how to use it too. Read the instructions, familiarize yourself with the different types, and practice using it. You never know when you might need to react quickly in a stressful situation. Remember, safety first, preppers. A fire extinguisher is an investment in your well-being and peace of mind. Now let's talk about finding your way when the grid goes down and your GPS is nothing more than a fancy paperweight. A good old-fashioned compass is indispensable. No batteries, no satellites, no problem. Combine it with a reliable map and you'll navigate to safety. Trust me, it's a skill worth investing your time in. In low-light conditions, being visible can be the difference between getting help and being overlooked. Reflective vests are simple, inexpensive, and significantly increase your visibility and safety. Whether stranded on the road or signaling for help, a reflective vest makes you stand out. Well folks, there you have it, 18 must-have prepper items you may not have thought of. Remember, prepping isn't about living in fear, it's about taking responsibility for your well-being and the well-being of your loved ones. It's about having the knowledge, skills, and resources to navigate whatever challenges life throws your way. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to give it a big thumbs up, and hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out on future prepper tips and advice. And be sure to share this video with your friends and family. You never know who might benefit from these essential prepping insights. We're all in this together, and by sharing our knowledge and preparing ourselves, we can create a more resilient and self-reliant community. Until next time, stay prepared, stay safe, and keep on prepping.